One of the main reasons why traders fail to understand the market is because most of the beginner traders can't mark out the right order blocks. In this video, I'm gonna explain step by step which one is the right order block, which one is more likely to hold the price, and which one should you pay attention to. Pay attention, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos. Let's dive in. Yeah, we know that one of the major concepts in SMC is trading order blocks, but most of the beginner traders don't really understand what order blocks are. They don't know which one is more likely to hold price. But in this video, let's see which one is more likely to hold prices. So let me start from somewhere from here. As we look at market price, I'm gonna explain everything about the right order block to hold price so that the price can move up. We have this. Let's look at, we have these points. This one, this is an order block, yes. We have this is an order block. We have this is an order block, but we see everywhere as when you look at the chart, everywhere you see is an order block. So but the question is, which one is more like, this is an order block, which one is more likely to hold the price so that if price reaches those zones, it will just bounce off and continue in the same direction. So a right order block, a strong order block, is the order block that has swept liquidity. Let me explain in this way. If you have a bullish trend like this, at these points we have order blocks, but sometimes you realize that if market comes back to these areas, it will just go to just break into these areas and then continue. So which one, I'm still asking, which one is more likely to hold price so that price continues to move in the same direction? So the right order block, let me give you an example. Edit this. Is the order block that has swept liquidity. For example, we have these points. Price, market broke structure. Okay. So when we look at this point, we see that the market has, this candle has swept liquidity which was resting around here, and then after going up it formed what we call a strong order block around this area. So a strong order block is the order block that has swept liquidity and the market has also broken structure. So if you see these points, if you see an order block which has swept liquidity, is more likely to hold price than an order block which has not swept any liquidity. For example, some of the order, sometimes it holds, but some of the order blocks which we don't really trust are those which have not swept liquidity, because if price comes back in those areas, sometimes price will just break them and then go in another direction. So in my examples, I have this point. This is the right order block. Why? Because it has swept liquidity which was resting around here, and then it continued in that direction. So when price came back to this point, as you can see in this chart, when price came back around these points, it respected it and then continued in the same direction. So another example of the order block that has swept liquidity is around here. When we look at this point, we realize that there was liquidity around this point. So when this order block wicked and swept the liquidity which was here, it continued in this direction and it broke market structure like this. So when we mark it, I mark it like this. When we mark it like this, if price comes back around this area, it's more likely to hold price than an order block which has not swept liquidity, because it's not a strong order block. Another example of the same order block which has swept liquidity is around this area. We see that price came, it swept the liquidity which was resting around here, and then it broke market structure. So if you see something like that, just know that this is a very, very, very strong order block. From this point to this point, this is a very strong order block. It can hold, in fact, it's here. You see, came and holded price and then moved in that direction. So if you're struggling to identify which one is the right order block to hold, which one, sometime just look at the price and see which order block has swept liquidity. Those are one of the strongest point for SMC, ICT and stuff. This order block has swept liquidity. We can also mark it like this. This is the candle which swept liquidity. You can mark it like this. When price comes around these areas, it will respect it 100% most of the time, and then that price will move in the right direction. Thank you so much for joining my channel. Please kindly like and subscribe so that you can help my channel grow.